Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on an important recovery tool, especially for those who have endured narcissistic or psychopathic abuse and have essentially been, I'm going to say, just underliving their life, underachieving their true capabilities, perhaps being underemployed, not being not having an experience in life yet where you're able to fully utilize your gifts, fully utilize your strengths, fully utilize your communication, your hobbies, getting a chance to actually explore things that are important or meaningful to you in your life, not able to kind of let loose to really develop yourself. Oftentimes, those people who are in a relationship, a close relationship, be it family, be it spouse, be it in a co-worker status, those people who have been surrounded by narcissistic or psychopathic individuals who have essentially created a role or a dynamic for them to be subservient to them, sort of emotionally abused, undercut, not allowed to be free to engage in trust in themselves, trust in their environment. Being allowed to live free of fear, free of guilt, free of obligation. They've been constantly in sort of an attachment bond, a trauma bond with these people, and they've never had a chance to really explore life on their terms, finding out what you're truly interested in, and just being able to essentially let go. It is extremely crucial to learn the keys of letting go. And when I say letting go in terms of how do you really obtain your sense of personal power, your empowerment, letting go means just that, letting go of these abusers, not feeling like you have to correct them, change them, educate them on their disease, their disorder. You know, now that I found out about this, you know, I believe you're that, and here's this, and here's that, and here's your example. You know, don't make it your energetic goal to try to educate a narcissist or a psychopath on who they are, because you're essentially falling back into that trap of reacting to them, being codependent to them, being subservient to them, which is not serving you. So it's really letting go of that old role within your life, realizing the impact, realizing the detriment that it's had to you, how it's really affected you and your destiny. And so now in the process, learning to pull back and how to really get a sense of your own self, your own life, your own interests. I discussed these quite a bit in the recovery journal, the recovery date, and some of the other tools that we discuss here in terms of affirmations and the visualization board. And I'm going to be doing some videos here in the near future covering that again. So you can really start to plug into these and utilize these really no matter, you know, if you're a man or woman or what age you are, where you live. These are all tools that you can plug into. But what I want to discuss right now is part of the tools of establishing a new healthy role model. Oftentimes I find that those people who have encountered narcissistic or psychopathic abuse have been deprived of a healthy role model, either in their parenting experience where they were parented by a narcissistic parent who did not mirror them appropriately, who did not give them the sort of attention and healthy necessary mirroring while growing up. And so this original sort of blueprint set up a disorder, not necessarily a disorder, but a situation for them where they were constantly feeling like something is missing, a sort of anguish, a sort of weakness or sort of pain, a sort of low self-esteem that then they carried with them on into their life and tried to, you know, live as normally as possible, but never really knowing what exactly was going on. And so then, because of this sort of upbringing, they were then led to be attracted to people and situations that would perpetuate and continue these same sort of roles and attract the perpetrators and violators back into their life to keep them in that same role, to keep them in that same old blueprint. So I want to help you really work through that so that you're no longer living out that old mentality, that old identity, if you will, that old blueprint, that basically what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls the same old mind-body connection to the past, where your thought processes, your emotions, your behaviors are still kind of rooted in that codependent victim mentality, that codependent victim identity. So really, to shed that, you need to engage in a number of the tools that we discuss here in terms of the recovery journal, the recovery date, the visualization of your goals through images that really promote and help engage your focus in more healthy and positive ways. And also, I would like to include here, for a lot of those who have not had a healthy mirroring relationship maybe earlier in their life that could have set them up to basically develop along a life path that included codependency. I definitely want you to take some time and establish for yourself your own personal role model, someone who you really look up to in this world. It can be a famous person, it can be a neighbor, it can be an old professor, it can be someone who you've worked with, someone who you admire, someone who essentially serves as a role model for you, who stands out, who contains all the qualities that you admire in a person. It can be a pastor at your church, it can be a reverend, a priest, it can be someone on a TV show, or actually a real life figure who is in movies or what have you, what do we call them, movie stars, someone, or a singer or an artist, or someone on a show that you enjoy, a hunting show, someone who really has, someone who you admire, a mentor. And I want you to get a picture of them, and I want you to cut it out, and I want you to put this in your recovery journal. And I want you to list at least 10 to 20 personal characteristics this person exemplifies that you would like to basically internalize within yourself. And I'll give you a clue, because as you do that, then I want you to work on developing and cultivating those behaviors, attitudes, and kind of thought patterns within yourself. And I'll give you a very important piece of information for you, because the reason why you are attracted to this person, because you actually contain very many of those qualities yourself, but you're looking for a way to help develop those. And keeping a role model or a mentor in front of you and helping yourself cultivate that will actually help bring about that sort of identity change that's more healthy and can help keep you on track to developing your own healthy self that's really different and thinks differently from that victim mentality, that scapegoat mentality, that victim mentality that the narcissistic and psychopathic cycle will keep you locked into. So letting that one go and focusing on the new will definitely help you get to the other side of that type of abuse. Peace and harmony with you here today. Let's heal this. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.